Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What do airplane pilots do as a major safety precaution?
What is that smell? Oh, it's your new cheese perfume. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy, and this week we scour the internet to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your questions in the mailbag segment. This week, a listener wants to know, first of all, they're amazed at how much stuff we know. Also, they want to know what's the difference between La Niña and El Niño. And in the news, is that a leg or can we call you Neil?
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
I think El Nino and El Niña are brother and sister, correct?
I'm not sure. We'll find out later. Thanks for joining us. 100 countries around the world, no matter what language you speak. Hopefully it's English because we'll try our best this episode. We really appreciate you joining us, and we want to bring back a topic we haven't done in a long, long time. It's called Inventions.
Innovations. Ideas. The Totally Useless Information Podcast presents Inventions.
That's timeless. That's the voice lady is timeless. That was recorded.
She's a timeless person.
She is. Well,
She's 72 years of age and she looks 12. She's timeless.
No. She that was recorded actually 7 years ago because that was one of our first set of topics that we did.
Yes, I think that's one of the first voice ladies. That and come and get it.
Yeah, the food one. So anyway, so what do you got in terms of inventions?
The first video game. Now, this is not games.
Right.
This is inventions.
Right.
The first video game, which we spoke about, was invented by a guy named William Higginbottom. It was invented in 1958, and it was originally called Tennis for Two.
Oh.
Which would eventually be called Pong.
Tennis for Two. Okay.
Tennis for Two.
Several designers and artists have created these types of shoes over the years, often as artistic or humorous or conceptual statements rather than functional footwear. So we're talking about footwear. What are they? They are bread shoes. These are shoes. Yes. So you talk about loafers. Okay. So first of all, a couple of examples of these inventions. Twin brothers and designers from Lithuania created a collection of bread shoes around 2009. These were designed as edible, self-drying indoor slippers because, you need to dry them.
Yeah, you always want to put your feet in something you're going to eat.
Right. Hey, what a great slogan. That's awesome.
Put your feet in something you're going to eat.
Gonna eat. There you go.
Bread shoes.
Yes.
I just love my pumpernickel slippers.
My pumpernickel pumps. That's what it was. Pumpernickel pumps.
We all know how Nick wears them.
Yes, exactly. I got a high-heeled crust. So
can I ask you a question? Though?
Yes,
I'm
please.
Thinking,
yeah.
Maybe it's my twisted brain, but or lack of it. But
it probably is. Yes.
Yeah, if you put 2 pieces of cheese inside the bread shoes and walked over some hot coals, would you have a grilled cheese shoe?
Probably so. And one other example, in 2021, Tommy Cash, not Johnny, and Mason Margiela collaborated with the fashion house Mason Margiela to create slippers designed to look like toasted loaves of bread. So very much maybe like grilled cheese, with a crust exterior and soft crumb interior.
Yep, Krusty the Clown. Okay. All right, John Pemberton, as though Nick and I don't get enough useless information.
Right.
John Pemberton invented Coca-Cola.
Right, of course.
And he was a pharmacist, John Pemberton. He was also a World War I vet and a pharmacist, and he got rather addicted to his own morphine and drugs. Ooh. So he created this soda that would help your stomach. He sold it as a drug at first, or a medicine for the stomach,
Right.
because he used coca leaves in it. So originally, Coca-Cola, invented by John Pemberton, had coca plant leaves in it. John Pemberton sells Coca-Cola for practically nothing, and then eventually dies of his own drug use.
Oh,
Sad, right?
it is.
Guy invents one of the most iconic things in the world: McDonald's and Coca-Cola, right?
My gosh.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Have you ever owned goldfish in your day?
I have, Nick. I've had a few of them,
Have you ever trained them?
No, they're very hard to train. I understand.
Okay. Well, first of all, the attention span of a goldfish is 2 seconds. So, have I got an invention for you? And for those of you,
what is that, Nick? Please tell us.
it's a
Pray tell. Pray tell.
Pray tell. I'll tell you anyway. It is a goldfish training kit. This kit,
Goldfish training kit.
it's comprising hoops, balls, limbo poles, and goalposts. This is designed to provide enrichment to the lives of goldfish because their lives are not enriched enough, or other intelligent fish. So the first impression is that it was inhumane.
Intelligent fish.
Yes, an oxymoron, because the attention span is only 2 seconds.
Who did that? What scientist gave the fish a test?
and
Oh, you're much smarter than the average goldfish.
Yeah, but you see, the goldfish went to school first before he took the test.
He was in
School. There you go. So first impressions are that this training kit is inhumane, cruel, and a tragic gimmick. But you know what? After watching
one of
the two, there is an accompanying DVD. Okay. To see
which
how
nobody has a DVD player
right,
anymore.
exactly. But the kit works on positive reinforcement, just like Pavlov's famous salivating dogs. And the fish learns to associate the reward of a feeding wand with the tasks of increasing complexity.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, just like anything else, if you want something done, you got to feed them, just like us. And
You got to, you got to feed them, just like our wives.
yeah, they feed us. That's why we stick
Yeah,
around.
they throw a fish at us every once in a while. Pretty amazing. And I sit there, clap my hands, and go, "Oh."
That's how you seal the deal.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Josephine Cochran.
What about her?
Josephine Cochran was horrified. Next, she was horrified.
Why? What was she horrified from or for?
Well, she was horrified when her useless, stupid servants chipped her fine china.
Oh my gosh. Were they fired?
No, but she was so horrified that in 1886, she invented the dishwasher.
Oh.
Her quote was, "If no one else is going to invent this device, then I will, to save the fine china from the savage servants." Oh my God. Can you imagine? She invents it in 1886, and her company would become KitchenAid.
Wow. It's still around today. I think it might be.
Cool one, right?
Is it maybe owned by Whirlpool or?
Whirlpool owns KitchenAid.
KitchenAid, yeah.
Yes,
there you go.
They do.
I've used some of their appliances. In fact, I still have some cookware, KitchenAid cookware that I use.
I watched in horror as Nick fell out of the boat into the whirlpool.
Yes.
And just to be the type of guy I was, I said, "Bye, Nick."
Right. Here's we're doing inventions here on Total Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We're going to talk about sex later, by the way, and also a new topic, travel.
Which is what we basically just do, is talk about it.
That's right. Exactly. That's all it is. And travel, a brand new topic here on the show. But here is a Gouda idea. A Dutch dairy farmer began a 3D printed cheese business. So
she prints the cheese
3D, but we're using a 3D printer as a way to add, value add to her product. So Michaela Lanleuwen, the farm that she owns, is in the eastern region of the Netherlands, and she launched her 3D printed cheese product at a Dutch food conference. Now, she introduced the 3D printing through some work she was doing off the farm until she bought the farm. She started investigating if it was possible to print the cheese using a 3D, and she did. So if you want to, she says, if you
can't eat it.
Well, why not?
It's 3D printed.
Yeah, well, it's the material. I think she figured out the way to print
use
the
a cheese product?
yes, as the material to
I don't trust
create.
any of this, Nick.
So she started the project and found that it was possible to print with fresh Gouda cheese. I guess maybe that's the consistency she needs.
I can't get my stupid printer at home to work. Nevertheless, print some cheese for me.
Cheese on it.
And
So
be like, hey, let's put the order in. I'll take a little bit of General Tso's chicken printer.
well, listen, here's an idea. We talked about loafers earlier. You can print some cheese and make a grilled cheese sandwich with the shoes you just made.
Speaking of loafers, how are you, Nick?
I'm fine. So one last thing.
There's more.
Well, she says, if you want to give your husband a Valentine's gift, such as a sculpture of himself, then you can say to your husband that you are delicious. Okay.
In cheese?
You
Nick?
can have a sculpture of your husband in Gouda cheese if you want.
Oh, boy.
See?
That's a Gouda gift?
It is. It's a Gouda gift.
You know, Nick,
listen,
when we would go, good.
it's a Gouda gift that you're going to get.
Yeah. When we would go to Aruba,
Yeah.
that's a Dutch island.
Ah, okay.
And the Gouda cheese is different than anywhere I've ever had it.
Ooh.
And you go in the store and they buy this stuff by like big blocks,
Yeah.
They're big wheels, the Gouda.
Yeah.
And they use them on the cars. No, they're big wheels, and like they'll cut like a pie-shaped piece though, but like 8 inches long. But they have smoked Gouda. It's so good.
Wow. Awesome stuff.
Okay, here's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel Morse invented the telegraph, right? He also invented Morse code.
Dash dot dash.
Yeah. ... dash is SOS.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's also ... right? Okay. So anyway, he invents the telegraph, right? In 1844. But what's the first message he sends?
Oh. I think I know what it is. How does this thing work? No?
He has to send it in Morse code.
Right.
So he sends a biblical phrase. What hath God wrought?
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Here comes the groom. Hey, got a wedding on your calendar? Nick and Roy for Tom's Place.
If you're the lucky groom, Tom is your best man, ready with sharp suits starting at just $229. The finest tuxedos in the city for $595. Why rent? Tom's got you covered, all crafted from quality fabrics, tailored to fit you perfectly, and then they're yours to keep.
What a great point. Why rent when it's affordable to own? Tom's Place dresses the groom, the groomsman, the father of the bride, and father of the groom, and any special guests with care. Come and try on the best selection of menswear with styles and fabrics to make you feel your absolute best.
Classic to trendy, favorite brands, destination ready, and exceptional values. Because of your big day, details matter, and so does your suit.
Enter the wonderful wedding contest at toms-place.com, toms-place.com, for a chance to win a $700 store credit. Or visit 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market. Open every day. Tom's Place will suit you.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Let's go down the rabbit hole here. You did say which is
Yes.
dash.
Right.
It's actually Morse code for the letter V.
Yeah, but I think if you space it longer, it's a distress signal.
Right, but initially it was V for victory. The opening four note motif, and maybe we'll ask Dr. David Gomez. We should have him back on, the music professor.
Yes.
Have him back on our show. But the opening four note motif of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, matches the Morse code for the letter V.
Victory. Dum, 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 dum.
Exactly. There you go. So we'll ask Dr. Gomez
I remember that in Boy Scouts doing Morse, because we had to learn Morse code. And we had to send signals in order to get the badge.
Yeah, there you go.
So I sent, give me the badge. Or I'll punch your face.
It's like Alexander Graham Bell, like the founder of our company. I work for Bell Canada, part of Bell Media, part of the iHeartRadio Talk Network. So his first phone call was, "Come over here, Watson," or something like that.
Come over here, Watson. And then there was a voice in the background that says, "Please deposit 5 cents for the next time."
Or that was the first telemarketer call. I think Watson hung up on him. All right. So
It's like, I told you never to call
go
me.
here. Yeah, exactly. All right, here's my tease. So here's some deli cheese perfume oil.
There's a lot of cheese going on here.
It is. This is a
Breads
cheese.
and cheeses.
Breads and cheeses on a cheesy show. Totally useless information with Nick and Ray. The 3 ingredients skin and hair friendly formula makes this the perfect body perfume. Hair perfume and body moisturizer made with, alcohol perfume. Sorry, no alcohol in this perfume. Oil base, which lasts much longer on most people. This is actually inspired by delicious cheese foam milk tea. Cheese foam milk tea.
I
Notes of,
dread the fact of even smelling what cheese foam smells like.
milk and cream blend with a delicious mango milk tea base for a refreshing gourmet scent.
Yeah, I got a good one. How about we use some Lindbergh cheese?
Yes.
Stick that in your pants and smoke it.
There you have it. Thanks for joining us here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We invite you to visit our website, nickandroy.com. Now, we don't sell any Gouda cheeses or anything like that or any cheese perfume.
We have an even more Gouda gift.
That's right, we do. It is the Nick and Roy birthday message. Go to the Nick and Roy store, nickandroy.com, and find out what it's all about.
You have to. I'm telling you, nickandroy.com, type on Nick and Roy store. It is the best gift that you could give somebody. We have so many testimonials from people that have received them, and we're crazily trying to keep up with doing them. So try to get them in at least a few weeks before the event.
Yeah.
Because there's such a large line of people now wanting to do this. But go on to nickandroy.com, type on the Nick and Roy store, get yours in now, because again, you're going to look like a superstar. The person you're giving it to is going to say, "This is the greatest gift, the best gift you've ever given me. It's inexpensive and you don't have to get off your chair.
Yeah.
You're lazy." No.
or wear pants. nickandroy.com.
This is your final boarding call for totally useless travel information with Nick and Roy. Now boarding.
Yeah. That's my second favorite intro by the voice lady.
It's kind of sexy in a way, you know? It makes you want to position your chair back.
Yeah, in the upright position, yes. Please adjust your chair back position. So, usually when someone says to you when you're about to take a picture, they say smile, don't they? Smile.
Some people do.
Yeah, they do. Smile for the camera.
Don't speak for everybody.
Well, I do here on the show. I speak on behalf of 100 countries. How's that?
Yes. 100, folks. 100 countries.
100 countries.
Yippee.
Don't
Go.
smile. Don't do it. No. Why? Passport photos are a leading cause of passport application delays, with rejection stemming from minor errors that violate strict standardized guidelines. But one of the most, let's see, 33% actually.
Rejected. The most rejected.
It's is the position of the subject. So it's the way that they're not centered. And another reason, 45% of the reason why these applications were delayed, poor lighting and improper facial expressions at 33%.
Yeah.
Because
There's stupid people that wear glasses and hats.
they
They're
do,
so stupid.
but a smile is not allowed. You have to look like you're sickly. And I remember one comedian, I forget who it was, that said, if you look like your passport picture, you shouldn't be traveling anyway because you're too ill.
Not to mention, if you have this poop-eating grin on your face, it looks like you're smuggling something in the picture.
But I think the reason is apparently when you smile, because of so many muscles that are changed on your face, it's not the true image of what you look like. And in some cases, that's a welcoming thing.
Jet lag, Nick.
Yes.
Jet lag. Have you ever had it?
Yes, I have. When I flew out west to Vancouver, which is similar to, it's like you flying to California. So on the west coast, I live on the east coast of Canada. eastern part of Canada, not the East Coast. It's further east from us, but I'm in Toronto, and I flew to Vancouver, which is about a 3.5 hour flight, and yeah, you get jet lagged. What about it?
I had jet lag coming back from Europe.
Yeah,
Because we left
yeah.
and we had a holdover, and it was a hell flight. So
No.
anyway, jet lag.
Yes.
This is crazy. It's worse when you travel west to east.
Ah,
So basically, if you travel east to west, you have less jet lag than traveling west to east.
so going to Europe, in your example.
This was a scientific study
Okay.
that they did, and they believe it may have something to do with the positioning of the sun.
Okay.
Okay. But now, like, you can have jet lag, but when you're flying, let's say from Vegas to Florida, you get what's called forgetfulness because you forget what you did in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Well, they told you because you left it there. They say, leave it there. So I also have something about jet lag, but a different fact. So don't worry.
We don't want to know.
No, well, okay, then fine. We'll go on to the next thing. Research supports the claim that
You're actually moving.
I am. Are you done?
No, go ahead.
Are you finished with your fact?
I'm finished.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I am actually.
I'm sorry. I'm a little jet lagged, so I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry. So I will continue the jet lag information here on a brand new topic, travel here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Research supports that maybe the same scientists claim that jet lag affects women slightly more than men.
Ooh.
Particularly due to the differences in circadian rhythm, hormonal fluctuations, and sleep regulation. The women's internal body clocks are naturally set slightly earlier than men's, making it harder for them to adjust to time zone shifts, especially when traveling east.
Yeah. It's amazing how, you have like a heart, lungs,
Right.
kidneys, and
Right.
then you have the body clock.
Right, yeah.
We did the shortest plane ride. I think it was 3 minutes.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So stupid. But anyway, probably run it faster. But
Yeah.
the longest plane ride.
Oh,
Yeah, cool. You talk about jet lag.
sure.
Singapore to New York, 9,537 miles non-stop.
Ouch.
19 hours and 5 food services later. They have snacks and food,
Yeah.
5 different rounds.
Wow.
Okay. They said you could watch, I forget how many sitcoms and how many movies and so on.
Yeah.
But 19 hours is the longest plane ride, 9,537 miles. Nick and I counted.
And we're still counting.
And Nick did it in kilometers.
You would, yes, there's even more. You would think that maybe an Italian airline would serve 5 courses because, Italians love to serve food, right?
Yeah. That's funny, but go ahead. Go.
This just socks. While losing socks is a universal common issue, I think we talked about this during fashion segment a few episodes ago.
Yes. The dryer eating them.
Americans lose an estimated 1 billion socks annually. The claim that more are lost while traveling, and this is supported by, and the reasoning behind all of this is because, first of all, there's a disruption of routines, lack of structured laundry facilities, and high mobility of items, because you're always on the go, right? So you would lose.
Plus you open your suitcase, the sock goes flying out.
Right.
And then you kick it underneath the bed or in the bed sheets or whatever.
Yeah.
You never know how quickly you're undressing as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like my trip to Vegas.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
East of Rome.
Uh-huh.
This is a nice travel fact.
Okay.
In a region called Abruzzi.
Yes.
Nick and I, we understand that.
Yeah.
Abruzzi
Yes.
is a vineyard called Dora Sarchesi.
Okay. What about it?
Speaking of cheese.
Yes.
Dora Sarchesi, I guess, right? Sarchesi.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
In a town called Calandri Ortanga.
Okay.
This vineyard has a fountain. And if you walk up to the fountain, you can bring a glass and get free wine.
No. Really?
Yes. They frown on you having a lot of it,
Right.
But they give free wine to all the local people that are walking by and need a little refreshment.
That's cool.
Isn't that great? Yeah, and you can actually go there, and yes, it is free, and it's in Abruzzi. It's called Dora Sarchesi.
And I wonder what kind of wine that is. Like,
Oh, it said, I didn't write it down because
Okay.
it was a long, drawn-out thing where in that Abruzzi area, the type of grape and what it was.
okay,
It
but
was
still,
just too long and drawn out for. That would be good for a food section.
okay. So we've when we flew, when you flew on the plane, and Mother Nature called, and so you would go into the little bathroom, little washroom there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're finished your business, you push the button to flush the toilet, right?
Yes, and it goes.
Exactly. That whooshing sound that Roy so brilliantly demonstrated.
When I go in there, though, it goes boom.
Kaboom, yes. So the notoriously loud whoosh of the airplane toilet is designed to be loud for functional, safety, and weight management reasons. Now, if you want to put one of those instruments that measures how loud it is,
Yes.
it reaches 100 decibels.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
But it's not by accident, because
and everybody in the plane knows you did pee-pee or poop.
Exactly. And sometimes you flush twice. And if you're on one of those Singapore Airlines where you have 5 courses, you'd be going there a lot. So rather than the sound of a powerful vacuum system at work, it uses a limited amount of water to achieve maximum efficiency. So,
yeah, it's a sucker.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. So the next
Is that
time you're
why
in
you
there,
spend so much time in there and come out with blue all over your pants? This was my teaser. As a safety precaution, pilots do this. And I have a lead into it.
Okay.
The fish or the chicken,
Okay.
they never eat the same meal.
Ah.
The pilot and the co-pilot have separate meals. If there's fish and chicken, they flip a coin. One gets the fish, one gets the chicken. So just in case there was something wrong with it and they took sick, they
Right.
would have another person to fly the plane. What's amazing to me is that the stupid pilots eat that food at all.
Right. Yes.
I mean, I'm smarter than them. I bring my own.
You'd think they'd Uber it up in the sky or something. You know, what's your
Now
address?
I'm really scared to fly.
Yes. So that was travel. It's one of our newest topics here. If you have a topic suggestion, go to nickandroy.com and click on Contact Us. In the meantime, keep your pants on.
Oh, yeah.
All about sex.
Now, in case there's some lawyers listening out there, and when we do sex, like some people are a little eerie when we do sex, but we don't cross the line. We're really respectful of our audience. But in the meantime,
The following segment of the Totally Useless Information podcast may be too sultry and too sexy for some listeners.
yeah, you see, every time she does that disclaimer, I need a cigarette, and I don't smoke.
Every time we talk about sex, we revert back to like 12-year-olds.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that jingle we talked
It's
about.
only like a year or two from our normal.
It is. You know what? This was recorded in Roy's kitchen.
Wow, wow.
Oh, yeah. Romantic attraction, particularly in the early stages, does indeed activate the same brain pathways. The dopamine.
I'm waiting for your brain pathways to catch up.
Sorry, it's jet lag. I'm sorry, my brain is buffering at the moment. Okay, it's now reaching real time.
It's like a little wheel spinning on the top of his head.
Like like one of those propeller hats.
Okay, Nick, you're left-handed, correct?
I am. Yes, that's right.
Okay, so Nick is left-handed.
Yes. Your wife is left-handed.
Get ready. Get ready for this.
Yes.
If you are right-handed, okay,
Yeah.
your left testicle hangs lower than your right testicle. If you are left, and don't check now, Nick, please.
No, I'm not going to. No.
There's a video on, so please don't check.
I'm not. I promise you I'm not.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Listen, and the audience thanks you as well.
Yes.
Zip. No. Okay, so if you're left-handed, it's the opposite. Your right testicle hangs lower than your left testicle almost all the time.
Why? Do you know why?
Okay. Except for men our age, which both just hang.
Yes.
And I mean hang.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? When at our age, when they say, how's it hanging? They're not kidding.
Yeah. To us, a toilet is a bird bath for our testicles. Just thought that one up, Nick. Figured I'd either speak it or tweet it to you.
Well, you know what? Either way, it's hilarious. So at our age, because they droop so low, our toilets are like, what did you say? A bird bath.
Bird bath.
For our testicles.
Bird bath for our testicles.
Write that one. You always encourage everyone to bring a pen and paper to the show because you listen, laugh, and learn.
At the University of Groinington. Is that even real? The University
No,
of
come on.
Groinington.
Really? No, come on.
That's what it was. It said scientists at the University of Groinington. Groinington. Groinington? Groinington?
I like Groinington. It's funnier.
It sounds groining. Yeah, it sounds like a groin.
Right.
But so I don't know if that's real, but it's on the internet, so it has to be.
Oh, 100%. Every time.
It's said that men that wear socks during sex have a better chance of orgasming. Well, I got to inform these scientists something. Most men have a problem with orgasming too quickly, so they better not even wear anything at all, including socks. But not to mention that you probably will have a better chance of orgasming, but you'll have also a better chance of never seeing that girl again.
Right.
If you're having sex with tube socks on.
If I were to say to you, Roy, that this particular sexual fetishism is called sitophilia, what do you think it is?
Sidophilia.
Sitophilia.
Oh, sitophilia.
Sitophilia.
I would think it's the sexual thing of having someone sit on your lap.
No.
Well, that sounds interesting.
It does.
I'll go with mine.
With your socks on.
Of course.
Food play is a form of
I've heard about this.
Is a form of sexual fetishism or paraphilia where individuals experience sexual arousal through the use of food during the relations.
I know people that use fruit. I said, now isn't that grape?
Hey, it's functional. They make wine at the same time. It involves incorporating edible items such as whipped cream, chocolate, fruit, and they're placed into, and I don't know what they mean by this, but placed into erotic situations, which is considered a form of sensory and sometimes playful sexual experimentation.
Yeah, not to embarrass my wife, I'm going to put a bag over my head.
A bag of fruit?
I would never. No, I was going to say not to embarrass my wife. We do that with whipped cream all the time. No. But I think that's something that people should keep to themselves.
Yeah. So sitophilia is the name of this particular
sitophilia, like using whipped cream and
food play, and, basically using food
warm
as part of
honey, dripping warm honey.
What did you call me? What did you call me? As opposed to cold honey, right? Thanks for joining us. As mentioned, we're on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada, on CFRB 1010 in Toronto, CJAD 800 in Montreal, CKLW in Windsor, CFRA in Ottawa, and of course, CFAX in Victoria.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. To access the full library of episodes, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
My mailbag consists of Darren from Sault Ste. Marie, which is way up north here from where I am here in Toronto. Dear Nick,
you always pick Canada.
Well, yeah, because most of our audience does come from Canada. We have 100 countries around the world, but the majority of our audience are Canadian, so you're welcome. So, dear Nick and Roy, your show is great. Okay, that's all I'm going to leave it right there. That's it. That's all.
That's it.
That show is
And-
great. We listen every week on the iHeartRadio network, as we just talked about. You are amazed, or we are amazed at how you guys seem to. We are amazed at how you guys seem like you know a lot of stuff. Doesn't make any sense. But you seem like he thinks that they're amazed by the fact that we seem to know a lot.
It's a facade.
Right. keep it up. Here's my question. What is the difference between La Nina and El Nino? Are these named...
And I'm in Florida, but go ahead.
All right. Are these named after real people? So first of all, Darren, thank you very much for listening on the iHeartRadio Talk Network. El Nino and La Nina are opposing climate patterns in the tropical Pacific part of the world that have opposite effects on global weather. So El Nino, for example, involves warmer ocean waters and weaker trade winds, leading to wetter southern U.S. conditions. La Nina, on the other hand, brings cooler waters and stronger trade winds, typically causing warmer, drier southern conditions and wetter northern conditions. So,
right. So the reason is,
yes,
living in Florida,
yes,
I can tell you this.
Yes.
During El Nino, the hurricanes whip around into the Gulf, and El Nina, because the water is cooler and the trade winds are blowing harder.
Right.
When they come off Africa, they end up going up the eastern seaboard, and that's why you get more rain up north on the eastern part of the United States.
So, Darren, thank you very much. La Nina and El Nino. What's your mailbag, Roy?
Oh, okay. I've got Harry M. from San Diego, California.
Right.
He says, your show is a very refreshing listen.
Okay.
I thought that was a strange way of saying it, but that's
Okay,
nice.
we'll accept it.
It says, with all the crap that's on podcasts, your show stands out.
Yes.
Well, it's nice to know that our show stands out amongst crap.
Right.
What a left-handed compliment.
Yes.
He says then, my wife actually likes it even more than I do. So this guy never gives a full compliment.
Wow. Thank you. This is what we did do on the show today. We talked about inventions. We talked a little bit about sex. We also did do a new topic, which is travel. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
The Los Angeles Metro revealed some of the most unusual items in its Lost and Found.
That's got to be an interesting ride.
It would be. Well, these are like buses and trains in the Los Angeles area.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, thanks for translating that for me. Thank you very much. Some of the items: surfboard, a 55-inch television. So, could you imagine someone walking?
They left it.
They
That'll
left it
give you an
behind.
idea how stupid these people are.
Right.
I think I forgot something.
They say about 1,000 items are left behind on the transit system trains and buses each month.
1,000?
1,000 per month. About 1,000 per month.
We should open up a store.
Right. But one other item that I found interesting, a prosthetic leg, was found in the Lost
Yeah,
and
that's
Found.
one of the things you really don't forget.
No. I mean, did they hop on the bus?
Yeah, hop
At
on the
time?
bus, Gus.
Right.
Listen,
Yes.
how far did they get without the leg?
I'm not sure.
Did they even get off? How, did they fall off?
Well, he hopped off. Off the bus. By the way, his name, we'll call him Neil for the sake of this show.
Lefty.
Right. Now, for those members of our audience who do have prosthetic legs, we apologize. We're not making fun of you. We're making fun of the fact that someone in your
not at
community left it behind. How do you leave behind your leg? Like, I can understand, like, losing...
Maybe he was all hopped up on drugs.
He might have been. So, according to Patrick Diaz, the communications manager for the LA Metro's customer service department, said many of these items are expected, like cell phones, backpacks, glasses, musical instruments and sporting equipment. But we see a lot of volume of recovered items throughout our bus operations. Bicycles even are left on the front rack. That again, those
but
are
the
things.
the leg,
Right.
You know, yeah.
So
that's a tough one.
right.
You know.
So
Did
here's
it have a shoe?
well, maybe if they made some bread shoes, maybe he'd be okay. So they've seen a large, including
Too
here.
bad it wasn't a lamb leg with a little bread.
Right,
Nice,
that-
makes a nice sandwich.
Yeah,
Very
a nice lean.
You know how it is.
It is. Here's another unusual thing: a blowtorch.
But you would think clothing would be probably one of the largest. You know, somebody drops a hat.
Right.
Or
Okay, or a sock or whatever. Okay.
sock. Okay, sock goes flying
Right.
off. And then they can't orgasm.
Right on the bus.
Or if they lose one sock, it's just like not even that great because like half an orgasm.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But the other guy's even more screwed because he's actually not only the sock, he's got the whole leg is gone.
Right. Right. Even more problems.
What's he doing?
Other items found on the
He's
lost.
got that cytophobia.
He does. He'll dip his leg in chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, so other items they found: blowtorches, large,
Oh, that's always good. Yeah.
Right.
The
Large-
Flammable objects.
large electrical generators,
They brought a generator on the
by a
bus.
large electrical generator, and a case filled with VHS tapes.
Yeah, that's always good too. That's what the generator was there for. Keep the VCR going. And the 55-inch TV. They were having a party. That was a party bus. And they were using the leg as a prop. Not to say they were propping themselves up. with
No,
the
no,
leg,
they used the leg to prop up the TV. They used it as a TV stand. All right.
the TV. And then they took the sock off just so that they could definitely orgasm.
Depends on what was on the tapes. So they said maybe they got up too fast, or they're afraid to miss their stop. They just get up
got
with
up
that.
too fast to forget the
Right.
large generator.
Exactly.
Ooh, I missed my stop.
Now, only 30% of the items that passed through the lost and found are eventually returned to their owners.
Yeah, but who? First off, who took the large generator? They weigh like 600 pounds.
No, exactly.
Who took it off the? Who brought it on the bus?
Who brought it on the bus? Right, exactly.
What was the driver thinking? Okay, this guy's getting on the large
generator.
gas-filled generator sitting next to the guy with the blowtorch. And the other guy's got one leg. He can't even run off the bus
Right.
if the fire begins.
Yes. So our advice to you here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is if you
Is
visit...
don't even go to LA.
No, exactly.
Stay away
But
from
if you're one of our cities who are listening to us, thanks for listening. As this ends this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, we will scour the internet far and wide to find more totally useless information just for you.
Until then, folks, you tell everyone you know, because you have been doing it 100 countries around the world, millions of people listening to this show now. We are humble. We are humble and really do appreciate it.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.